It is the year 1533, and it has been 13 years since Martin Luther decided to nail the hottest diss track against the Pope on Wittenberg Church's door. And now all of the Holy Roman Empire is on fire because of it. So enter this guy named Jan Van Leiden. Now, Jan had been a very big Anabaptist, who were one of the groups that had gone pretty litty after the start of the Protestant Reformation. So Jan moves to Münster because he had heard that a bunch of other Anabaptist preachers were hanging out around there, and he sends for a guy also named Jan, who was considered a prophet by many in the Anabaptist movement. So of course when John Mathis arrives, he goes balls to the wall and goes around baptizing everyone in the city. And totally none of this was done by force. They also destroyed any religious icons they found in churches, as those were considered blasphemous to them. Understandably, the city's leaders were not exactly on board with this, so Han just yeeted them out and put his lackeys in charge of the city council, and they later gave full control to John Mathis. So now the Anabaptists decided to implement full communism. Okay, not really, but they abolished money and forbade the ownership of property, which is close enough. Watching from the sidelines was the town's exiled bishop, Franz von Waldeck, who realized he should probably do something about this. And he does, by raising his own army to besiege the city. Meanwhile, John Mathis has a revelation that he's the second Gideon, so he goes outside the walls in front of the invading army, and they kill him and then staple his balls onto the gate of Münster. So then God tells Jan Van Leiden that everything totally went to plan, and oh yeah, now he's in charge and everyone should listen to him. But what does the big man upstairs tell Jan Van Leiden to do to lift the siege? Force everyone of age to get married. Oh wait, there's more women than men in the city? That's okay, polygamy is now legal. So not only did they predict communism, but also fundamental Mormonism. As you can guess, many townsfolk started to realize that maybe this Jan Van Leiden guy is just a little bit insane. So they are briefly able to imprison him before his more diehard followers are able to free him. After that, apparently God told Han that he can now execute anyone without trial, which led to a lot of people getting executed for trivial offenses. Like one of his 16 wives who was executed for pointing out the fact that Han was basically having gourmet meals every day, while everyone else was resorting to eating boiled leather shoes. After Han said that God would deliver them from the siege by Easter, and then nothing happened, someone got tired of all this and snuck a bunch of Franz von Waldeck soldiers into the town. And, well, when it's a bunch of well-trained soldiers versus starving peasants, things ended in the slaughter of hundreds of Anabaptists. Jan Van Leiden and company were thrown in jail for a while before getting tortured and stabbed in the heart. The mutilated bodies were then placed in iron cages and hoisted from the tower of Münster's St. Lambert Church. And fun fact, but the cages are still there today. Sans the bones. Moral of the story? When starting your medieval communist ISIS-like death cult, make a better plan than just waiting on divine intervention. Special thanks to patrons Skylar Weston, Ben Hughes, Zy Mandez, and Helipilot.